Hey team, KirkwoodWorking here. Thanks for joining me for this series of my live build of the C-Beam XLarge. This is part 1 of 4 in a series that details the complete build from the first step to running my first program of a home shop size CNC router. This is the first CNC I've ever made, and I did it live on my Twitch live stream. The parts used for the CNC are from the OpenBuild C-Beam XLarge mechanical kit. The kit is available on the OpenBuild website, and you can find a link for that in the description, along with many of the other accessories that I use to complete the machine. Be sure to check out the other parts in the series, and if you found this useful, be sure to hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, or leave a comment below with any questions. Thanks for watching, and thanks to OpenBuilds for partnering with me for this project. C-Beam XLarge that we'll be building today. So much better, good. All right, sorry guys. Thanks Raven, thanks Helter, and thanks Clone. Good to see some new names. So, all right. Well, let's get started. Yes, you can see this is sponsored by OpenBuilds. They have sent me the OpenBuilds C-Beam XL, and I don't know how long it's going to take me with streaming stuff, explaining, talking, chatting, and things like that. I don't think it would take me very much, very much time if I was just on my own here just plugging away. But we're out here talking. So. I have tried to prepare myself as best as possible. I have all the tools that they have called for. I have printed off the instructions and put them in page protectors because look at me, I'm professional. But I've got all the tools they've asked for. I've read through the instructions mostly. I mean, I'm not going to read through how to tap stuff and things like that. I've done it before. Hey Gigi, how you doing? Hey, what's up Planet CNC? How you doing today? So, let's get started. Let's get this camera down here. I've got my instruction manual, and we are going to literally just start at step 1. This is a beta build. I think I am one of the first people outside of OpenBuilds to build this machine. So it's going to be it's a new build for them. I think Marriott released, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, for you to be able to purchase. I got mine a week ago. And we've gotten the shop to a place, got a couple commissions out of the way, shop to a place where we can do it. So where are you going to keep the CNC in your shop? It's going to go over behind the bandsaw. Right now it's full of scraps and bottles of glue. But when I redesigned the shop, when I started streaming, I left that spot open for the CNC. So I've got a spot there. I've got dust collection to it. I will need to extend the table a little bit, but I was going to wait to do that until I finally got it built so I knew exactly what I was going to do. DW Lenny, welcome to the shop. Thanks so much for the follow. And Relax Twitch, welcome to the shop. Thank you so much again. Mark is watching live in his car. Looks great for a first build. Right on. All right, good. Thanks, Mary. All right, well, let's get started. Yeah, the CNC will probably be out of view of almost every camera that I have, so if I start doing CNC projects, we're going to have to run it. We're going to have to run a new camera to it, which will be good because I think we're trying to get a new camera for the lathe cam over there, so we can swap it up. So, just run through the tools real quick. They want some 8mm open-ended wrenches, which surprisingly, or not surprisingly, I actually don't have with me right now. We'll have to get those in a little bit. I think they're actually in my Land Cruiser. I don't think we need 8mm wrenches today. I think all we need are Allen keys. Some Allen wrenches, a square. I've got my nice Starrett square here. This is going to be as accurate as ever. M5.8 metric tap, a 5mm drill bit, a 10mm drill bit. I do not have metric drill bits, so I had to go buy English drill bits, and we're going to have to make them work. Could not find metric ones. Drills got those, metal file got that. Hacksaw, I have a miter saw that I'm going to use for the aluminum. Sandpaper, we're set. Measuring stick, we have. Some clamps, oh boy, we got clamps. Some shot glasses, one for WD-40 and one to celebrate. I have some cutting oil for the tapping that we'll just spray onto the ground if we need to. Wood glue and MDF, oh yeah. Marker and scribe, oh yeah. And a flat work surface will be your friend. So. Thanks, Lenny. Right on. Well, I'm glad you could join us. So, prior planning and preparation prevents piss poor performance. Cool. So, right off the bat, it's got a few comments here, and I think this is exactly where we're going to start. It's talking about filing off the corners of, or the nibs, what do they call them, nubs or nibs, of their cast corners. So they want us to file off 18 of these, and they comment that say a benchtop belt / disc sander makes the job very easy. Well, I have one of those, so that's the first thing we're going to do. So let's get 18, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's also something that can be done with a file, but we have, like Norm always says, we're lucky enough to have access to a specialized tool. So we're going to do it. Oh boy, we got clamps. Yeah, that's right. The shots were actually called for. I love open builds already. Yep. Disposable shot glasses, one for WD-40 and the other to celebrate, it says. So, we're going to hold this up real quick. It's in the bottom one. This is one of the cast corners, and it's got those little nubs. You see those little nubs on there? Those help you locate it without twisting all the way around into the channels of your aluminum extrusions. In some of the cases, these are going to mount this way, and those are going to get in the way. They don't allow you to register in there. So we got to file those off. So let's go get the sander. Probably should have had the sander up first, but it was going to get in the way. So we'll pull it up later, or after the fact. Now obviously this is a woodworking shop. I have a bunch of woodworking tools, which this is one of them, but I think it can pull pretty reasonable double duty. So let's get one camera set up so you can actually see what we're working on, and the other one is going to be a little out of the picture, but that's why I have the two, and so I can do this. So this can be done being plugged in. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have the chat rolling right here on my tablet. That's what I'm looking at all the time. If you see me looking down to the side, I'm looking at the chat. All right, so we got to sand off these little nubs. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but we're going to get started. So just a little bit of noise. There we go. So not very long at all. That's 3. Let's get this over here. Maybe a little out of the sound. Whew. That one's done. What's going on there? Ugh. As fun as that is, we should probably stop that. I feel like I should be holding the needle nose. That might not be a terrible idea, Darkin. Let's go grab some. What do you think? I feel like they're going to just rip out of the needle nose too, and then I'm going to... How about these? These might be a little stronger. Yeah, let's do that. Only issue then is I can't get them square. They're not sitting flush. Maybe like this. Got it. If we need to take a file to these to square them up, we can do that. Safety first. Oh, that one's already done. We got 6 more to go. Five more. There we go. All right, last one. Almost. There we go. All right. Set that aside. That's gonna fall off. Let's set it over here. Okay. All right, so we have 18 slightly now warm nubless cast iron. No more nubs there. Just a slight polish mark on that one. But now these will sit nice and flat down when they're registered in sideways. So there we go. Step 1 done. Only one who wonders why the parts didn't already come filed off. Yeah, stock parts, they're mostly used. I mean, I don't know how many of these we got. We got about 30. And some of them need to be in opposite orientation. It's definitely more economical to make them all the same and do a slight operation to them. Like this. It all starts to get down to how much will a customer be willing to pay for you to have super specialized parts. And in some cases, it's not a lot. They'd much rather just file them off themselves or sand them off themselves. So, the next step says, that's good here, keeping everything flat and square, removing nubs. The next thing is talking about getting all of your C-Beam extrusions square. I am going to do that as we start getting to, I've decided to get to that while we start getting close to actually assembling pieces of C-Beam. Once we start working on a particular piece, I'll square those up, so I'm not sitting here for the next 30 minutes squaring up pieces of C-Beam. Yeah. So, let's talk about cutting one short. We can do that pretty easily. All right, I think here's another step. Tap the untapped holes in the ends of 2 non-Z-axis C-Beam 255 millimeters and the 4 lengths of 20 by 60 V-slot. Use tapping fluid, yes, or WD-40 or kerosene. Aluminum sticky, try to keep the tap clean and go as straight as possible. All right, so we need to tap the untapped holes in the ends of the 250 mils, which are these, but I will confirm with my new metric ruler. Yep. 2 of these. And the 4 lengths of the 60, which I'm not 100% which one it is. Is this the 40 or the 60? I assume that's the 40. So the 40 doesn't get tapped, but the 60s get tapped. So let's get all of our pieces here. Need to tap some holes. Tap the untapped holes. It looks like we've got 3, 6, 9. We've got quite a bit of holes to tap here. We should be okay. Gimp Geek, you're in the middle of your build. Have the gantry done so far. Can't wait to get routing. I can't wait either. I'm here in spirit. I'm expecting this to be finished at the end of my game. You got it, Rodnum. You got it, buddy. So I've got here set up just a 2x4 or whatever, and I'm just going to use some clamps. And I'm going to clamp together. Extend this out. Get up to the part of attaching the Y gantry plates to the Y-axis C-beam. Lord Draken Blut. There are nearly 32 untapped holes to be tapped. All right, well then we better get tapping. This might be a scenario where I skip ahead to see which pieces we're going to use today, where I expect to get, and we'll just tap those, and we'll tap the other ones later. So making sub-assemblies, building the frame, the two 250s, they need to get tapped. Yes, 250s, 250s, and the two 500s. I think we'll do those first. We'll do the 250s and the 500s. All right. I got that clamped in. Got some fluid here. I've got my tap. And we are going to get to it. So let's see. Tilt this camera up a little bit. We'll be working right here. Try to bring this one in as close as we can. There we go. Right there. Yeah, the tapping was not fun. Got to the part of attaching the Y gantry plates to the Y. Oh, right there. Clearly, we need some sort of CNC tapping machine. Yes, we should build that one first, and then use that to tap these. I need to cut that off real quick. I'm using a larger drill bit to chamfer the interior of the holes here. I just want this to open. There we go. So I'm just going to chamfer these just a little bit. Just to help me guide me in. Wish you would have purchased the drill tap. That would have made things easier. Yeah, I mean, I guess if this doesn't go well today, I can go get the drill tap tomorrow. Starting, it's always the hardest part. Yep, hit some. There we go. At this point, we've picked our poison already. At least I have a really after building this. Yeah, that's right. Need to go about 15 millimeters deep with the DAP. What's up, Langley? How you doing today? Probably should have measured where that is on this. On this first one, I'm just going to go the full length of the cutter on my tap, and then we'll measure that out on the next one, just so I know where I can stop. So just a little bit longer. The last tapping I did was in wood, and I just put it in my drill. Tapping into wood is actually relatively relatively reasonable method of attachment. The vices on my Rubo workbench there are all right. That's the end of my threads. I'm going to pull it out and see what depth that is. 15 millimeters is what I was told we need. That's 20 millimeters. Okay, so I can go just before the end. I think I went 20. I think the full thread of those is 20. So let's get a screw. Use one of these 55s just to be sure. There we go. That's feeling good. The third was about 20. Ruined. Yes, dark and ruined. See how far this one goes down. This is one of the pre-tapped holes. Oh, it's got some chunks in it or something. There we go. That's as far as it goes. So mine definitely goes down further, but I think we'll be alright. Those shiny bits don't look like wood. What's up, Dr. Scrubbit? Alright, well there's one. How are we doing today, Joe? Get a little bit of that stuff. Alright, start this one off. Hey, Open Builds, thanks for your products. I agree. This is going faster than I expected, honestly. I know you're all sitting here watching me. Crazy busy for work, but other than that, okay, I suppose. Well, you can just have it on. Just wait for me to holler if you need to mod anything there, Joe. I still have this under the woodworking hashtag, but not 100% sure it applies. One, two, back one. I always learned forward two, back one in that order. So half quarter, 1.5, or 2 and 1. Alright, there we go. That's full depth. Figured I'd stop in to see what you're getting. I'm getting into turning wood on the lathe. Right on, Dr. Scrubbit. Yeah, coming up probably Saturday this week. So I do furniture building on the weekend. I do furniture making on the weekend, sorry. And my next dining table has turned legs, so I'll be doing turning probably Saturday. Friday is going to be gluing up all my blanks and getting those ready, and then I think I'm going to reduce the size of my in bit here. I guess the angle is not going to change though, is it? No, it's not. Sadly, I wish I could afford a CNC, but my wallet says no. What's up, Mobile? Yeah, it took a couple dining table commissions for me to get to that place. I've wanted one for a while. Ooh, got a little off there. Got a little too... And what size ox do you have at Gimp Geek? 1500 by 1000 ox. I want to turn mostly for fishing lures, so I'll tune in Saturday for sure. Dr. Scrubbit, I will probably also be doing, I turn fly rod handles out of cork for a buddy of mine in town who makes custom fly rods. That's a little less turning. It's on the lathe, but it's just sanding. But I think I've got a sample. Let me go grab it real quick. Hello, walking in front. Oh, never mind. Oh, there it is. I've made a master handle. I turned this one out of oak just so it kept its size so I could take measurements off it. But on Saturday we'll probably also be turning a fly rod handle out of cork. So that might interest you a little bit more. All right, that was the full tap length. They do make baby CNCs. Did you get any oil for the gearbox? Joe, I did. I just got grease. I haven't had time to actually take the cover off and mess with it. Oh, we're starting to get loose on our tap here. I haven't had time to take the cover off and actually, put a breaker bar to it and try to feel exactly where the vibrations are coming from. But it sounds a lot like it's a geared mesh sound coming from the gearbox. If you guys are not aware, and there's definitely some very new names in here today, I replaced the cutter head on my planer with a helical cutter head. I went for a Shelix in my DeWalt 735, and when I put it all back together, I got a pretty bad gear mesh noise, or it sounds like a rattling, but it sounds like a gear mesh noise, and we think it's the helical gear that drives the gearbox with the feed rollers. So, a working thing so it doesn't sound like English to me. Well, Darkin, you should hang out for a while, man. We talk about all sorts of stuff, new stuff and advanced stuff. On Sundays, we do complete hand tool projects, so no power tools whatsoever. Fridays and Saturdays, we are less heathenistic and we use power tools. Maybe less zealotry is the appropriate word there. All right, I need a rag for my hands. We're going to start to get pretty greasy pretty quick. I'm like a newscaster. I'm wearing my Norm Abram flannel, but down below I'm a beach bum. All right, that one's done. Guess while I have these clamped in, I should probably be doing the flattening as well. Guess we'll live. There we go. Yeah, so if you check out Clone, there is a smaller version, smaller cousin to the machine I'm building today that's just called the C-Beam. This one's the XL version of that. I need to clean this tap off a little bit more. Get a little more grease. I could not find a bottle, like an old school bottle of tapping fluid to save my life. They have the spray cutting oil, thread cutting oil, but I wanted like a bottle of tapping fluid. Disappointed. Do you post plans or anything like that before your streams so that you could follow along or something like that? Dark and I haven't. I have done design streams where I've designed stuff in SketchUp. And I've talked about my design methodology. I haven't done plans, mostly because of my availability of time. I have a 1-year-old day job and this stream, and I'm kind of starting the side business of woodworking, furniture making, custom woodworking, stuff like that. But that was at one point in my life a plan of mine, is to make plans available, but it's a time sink that I don't have time for now. But it's definitely something I'm open to. I would like to do it, but I do perform design streams. I'll probably have one coming up pretty soon for my next table build. Not this one. This one's pretty simple. It's 4 legs. But I've got another one potentially coming up soon. Another 2 potentially coming up soon that I will be designing on stream. Need some for tomorrow? You said doo-doo. I've got this stuff, Tom. We're good to go. I appreciate it, though. Go. So, yeah, I do design streams, and you can see my methodology, but I have not made plans available yet. And sometimes I follow other people's plans. I've made a project by Chris Schwartz from his design book for anarchists, the Anarchist Design Book. Getting pretty bound up in here. Sometimes it's difficult to pay attention to 2 things at once. Pretty bound up in here. Let's get these chips off. Alright, get back into the slot there. There we go. This is my first time on Twitch. I came here from Open Builds to watch this. Right on, Gimkeep. Well, welcome. Welcome. This is the creative side of Twitch. Twitch as a whole is mostly video game streamers, which a lot of people who like to make stuff with their lives can't really understand. But it's super popular. But they've started this creative section. They made a game called Creative, and there are blacksmiths, there are knife makers, which I guess are types of blacksmiths. There are woodworkers, of which I am one of them. Glass blowers. There's people who do cooking shows. There's people who do like knitting. There's people who do a lot of digital art, animation, programming. You know, people making things. There's a lot of painters. Like physical art, not digital art. So there's a lot of good stuff like that. So that's the side of Twitch that I find home. I found out about Twitch from video game streaming. I do enjoy a video game from time to time, especially now that Legion dropped. And that's what brought me here. And then I saw the creative side, and I thought to myself, man, I really wish there was a woodworker on here that was making furniture and stuff. And I don't know, after eventually I decided that I'd be that woodworker. So I said I should have done it on the last one. We'll do it on this one. The ends of these need to be square. They're going to be butting up against stuff and attaching it. So I'm just going to take my Starrett square and check what we got. And we're square across this direction. It's actually quite good. How about this way? All right, we're high on the end closest to me on both sides. Or probably more accurately, we're low over here. So I'm just going to make some marks for myself. We're low pretty much to here. So we're going to start working, trying to keep our file flat and remove materials. Normally on YouTube, I'll check out creative section on here. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I need to lower this down, get more clamp on it. I do not have a metalworking vise. There is no room in my shop for a metalworking vise. So, I'm trying to keep it registered the same this direction because this side is flat. Just a little bit more. All right, that one's done. I'm sorry about that, Draken. Usually all of the apps are pretty good. I'm kind of surprised to hear that one's not doing that hot. You should cover so it doesn't get metal in. Oh no, I'm bandaged up. All right. So we need to flip this over and do more tapping. Clamp this in. It's going down on me a little bit. There we go, right there. I use these F-style clamps because they're a lot stronger than the grip ones. All right. Let's do our chamfer. There we go. It's got a soft pad on it there, Darkin. This stuff foams up, and I think that's by design, but I don't necessarily like it that much. Try to clean some of that residual off there. I don't really like it that much. It doesn't really flow the way I want the tapping fluid to flow. Hold it steadier. It's pretty steady. Oh, there we go. It was cutting nice and smooth, and then it finally got resistance. Oh, there's some. Hey, Gimp Geek, thanks for that follow. I'm sorry I missed you, and Dr. Scrubbit. Sorry I missed your follows earlier in the hectic. Writing a fine line on Twitch terms of no self-harm. I think accidental's probably okay. I don't even know what I hit it on. I honestly didn't even feel it. I thought I just bruised it. It was a nice little clean cut. It was only like an eighth of an inch, quarter inch long, but it was happy to bleed. So I apologize. I know there are people who are very iffy about blood. I really do apologize. I am not one of those people. And I kind of think it comes with the territory a little bit with woodworking and apparently metalworking. That you're going to get cuts. Each of those clamps can give 500 pounds of force. Why can't you get tapping? Oh, I looked at 3 different places, Lenny, even Harbor Freight, that's where I ended up getting this one. And they have this spray stuff. It's called cutting oil thread cutting lubricant. But I wanted the little can that you squeeze. That's what I wanted. I don't want this aerosol one. I don't like... I feel somehow much less precise, even though it's got that nice needle on it. But it seems like it's working. I'm not really getting any clogs. And the chips are breaking and sliding pretty easily and removing themselves from the tap. Okay. Get you a first aid kit for the shop. You should have one out there. Yeah, I don't know how I don't. What's up, Wicked? So I have an antique brass oiler. You're right, Gimp. You're right. Never seen that from the UK, mate. Never seen that stuff here before. Yeah, I mean, it's called thread cutting lubricant. It's, you know, I'd rather just the tin tap fluid. That's what I've used in, you know, machine shop, and that's what my grandfather had in his machine shop, or his shop, of which I'm actually using my grandfather's taps today. That's how I first got started in woodworking. When he passed away, my grandmother said, hey, come pick up some tools. I know you'll use them. And I got a couple of my first hand tools. Got a plane and a block plane and a set of chisels. Not very good chisels. He was more of a He was more of a metal worker than a woodworker, but I got him and the drill press. All right, this one again is pretty good. Just a little bit of air from this side, just a little bit. Let's check here. Oh, that's dead on. Put a swerve out of the way, and that's dead on. Only just a little bit of air here. Do I care? Do I care? Almost all of that surface is exactly in line. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call that one okay. It's just like the last little bit here. So we're gonna call this one okay. Okay. Well, I'm done tapping and cutting for a while. I think I'm gonna try to space out the tapping and cutting parts of the stream. Or tapping and filing, sorry. So, let's build some things. What do you say? We got these done. I know they're in the next step. I'm pretty sure the 20 by 60 ones are in the next step, but I want to make some stuff. So, we're going to do some assemblies. Let's open this up and show you. The first ones we're going to make are these corner plates. They're 90-degree angle plates with some screws, longer screws, looks like 15 mils, and then some 8 or 10 mils with T-nuts. And they say it's easy to hold them in with a bit of tape. Got some tape right here. So, we need 4 plates. Square the other ends of the first block. Ah, Del Winnie, yes. Oh, he did? Planet CNC, is that something? I mean, I've used a drill in the tap. A drill in the tap. It's not a drill tap. I don't have a drill tap. Mobile tool, I cannot find 3-in-1 oil either. I don't have a very good shops in this town, apparently. All right, so we need to make 2 mirror sections here. So we need 8 10mm screws, 12 15mm screws, 8 T-nuts. So let's get those out. What's up, Mark DeBong and Poorly Hung? What's up, guys? How you doing today? 2, 4, 6, 8. The 15 mils, we need 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 15 mils. Try to stay organized. 10mm screws. These are 10s. We need 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uno más. Some paper helps on this part to lay the parts on and label what they are for reference. Is there a front side to these? Does not look like it. There's nothing countersunk or anything like that. I guess there are 2 different types, aren't there? There's A1 and A2, and they're pretty similar to each other. There we go. So the 15 mils go in. First ever I've heard a measurement in mils, Strandley. On my stream, yeah, most of my woodworking is not. Now these look like they go one direction. They go with the boss on the outside. And I do not need to tape these in because they'll be screwed in. Is this your first CNC? Yes, it is, Gimp. I'm a relatively handy guy, but this is my first CNC. Alright, so there's one assembly. I need one more mirror image of this and one more exactly the same. Sorry, 2 more mirror images of this and one more exactly. So I'll set that. This one goes here. But yes, this is my first CNC build. I've been wanting a CNC for a couple of years now, and I finally got my woodworking to a place both with the stream and with commissions, where I can support a few of my more extravagant tool hobbies, and this is one of the things. I just finished a big 10-foot extension cherry table, and I decided to go for a CNC. So Planet CNC, tapping the aluminum with a drill is all right. In the instructions, they commented directly about a drill tap, and I've seen those before, and I do not have one, so I was just doing it by hand. I don't want to mess it up by tapping with the bit. I mean, I'm comfortable doing it into wood, less so into any type of metal of any kind. Okay, 8mm screws. T-nuts. These T-nuts are what slide. These are made to slide into the grooves of your V-slot and C-beam extrusions. I laid in the hospital for 13 months watching YouTube videos and dreaming of building one. The ox I'm currently building has been a long time coming. Geek, that is awesome. Good for you. So you said earlier, I think you said you went with the 1000 by 1500 mil. That's sweet. I hope you're feeling better. 13 months is a long time, brother. Alright. Last little piece of tape for this sub-assembly step. I'm assuming, Gimp Geek, since you came from Open Builds, that you got your parts, I mean it's an ox as well, that you got your parts through Open Builds and also store stuff there. Alright. Those are done. I think I'm just going to put a quick pencil mark on this and call this A1. This will all be in, and I also don't really mind pencil marks on my stuff. 15 by 1000, the big guy. So just tap by hand. Aluminum is soft, but a broken tap would render the extrusion useless. I think I'll just tap by hand. I don't really... I mean, I guess technically I do have backup, but I don't really want to use it. Alright, A1 is done. So A2 is the similar style, but opposite. So it's got 6 plates here. And we need probably the rest of these 15s. 12 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's all of the 15s. And 8 10s. You're making me jealous now. I want one. Yeah, they're pretty. Just wait until we start doing stuff with them. Be like MTM wood up in here. That's 6, 7. How many of these do I need? 8. One more. 8. 8 of those. Nope, sorry. 18. That makes more sense. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and put one back. Hardware from Open Builds, electronics from SMW3D. I got, before I got in touch with Mary, I bought my electronics from MD3D. I always get those letters mixed up. SMW3D. Okay, so in this one, oh, we need T-nuts as well. A bunch of them. How long will we be streaming? DW Lenny, I will probably go, we start at 6:30. My plan is to be done by 9 every night, just because I have real life, 5. And we have all week. So I'm going to go 6:30 to 9. That's 5, 10, 15, need 3 more. So anywhere between 8:30 and 9 tonight, and I'm Mountain Time. And pick it up again tomorrow at 6:30. If you need to step away, this is live, but everything is recorded. There should be something. I'll just make it pop up here. If you go to this link, you will be able to see all of my past streams, including this one. You actually can start it up right now. It's like about on Twitch. Sorry. technical difficulties. It usually does not do this, and I was praying and hoping that it wouldn't. Praying and hoping. But I did not lose internet. I lost connection to the Twitch server. I was unable to upload. My upload speed went to 0, but I was able to access web pages, anything like that, no problem. So I don't know what the deal was. It was on their side. It was on their side. Let's blame them. And now I need to refresh my chat here. So, if you've said something in the last few minutes, I don't see it here. There we go. Gremlins, that's exactly right. Someone type in chat if I've stopped playing refresh. Oops. We don't want to lose that. I've got my fingers on these so they don't fall out right now, so we're going to fill them in and we're going to go get it. I can see it. I mean, we're back live again, right? You guys can... Seems to be working. Okay, thanks, Strandley. I appreciate that. Let's get that piece. There we go. Hey, we're back. Yeah, download from Twitch went from 0 to working now. Yeah, I think it was Twitch side because I did not lose internet. I still had chat coming through. Stuff like that. Sorry, Gimp Geek. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was here. I think something's going on their side. And for something, you know, like Twitch, you know, sometimes they... This one feels like it's got a burr or something. There we go. Little burr on that one. We got it off. So yeah, sorry about that, team. Blame Twitch. Yes, blame Twitch. You know, when I first started streaming, they were having server trouble, and I was trying all of the servers across the country, and finally settled on back to Dallas. And it's been pretty solid, I would say, for a while, until we ran into our miter saw drawing current to drop our internet issue, which was a new one. But we're good. We're back. I apparently can't count. I got way too many T-nuts out. So yes, I was saying, I don't know where we lost audio, but I was saying that that link that I set up there, if Joe, maybe you can type in trigger past. And go from parts to fully finished. Just like Norm. Just like Norm, he'll say, and we'll finish this up, and tomorrow we'll come back and we'll, you know, finish the tabletop. And the show goes, oh, welcome back, good morning. And he's got like 50 things done. Well, last night all I did was complete the table. You would think, Strandley, but no, my options are LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Chicago, or Dallas, so I'm not very close to anything. Alright, there's the 6 of those. I got out 5 too many of these, apparently. Put them back, we don't want to lose anything. Okay, so now we need to get some tape pieces ready, I think. 6 of them. That's alright, Darkin. That's fine. But yeah, so the past broadcasts are all saved. And that's one nice thing about Twitch, is I don't have to do anything, and all my broadcasts are saved. So if you ever want to come back and see something, see how I did something, get to a point where you need a little clarification or whatever, or if you just want to see how the build goes, you can come back to that link, which is my profile page, and underneath there'll be an area which for the next few days will just be called past broadcasts, and then eventually will be eventually it will be my highlights, because I'll highlight all of these so they stay forever. And you can watch any part of the broadcast you want, just like a normal video online, fast forward, rewind, stuff like that. So we're not just on tonight, we're on for good. And if you want to come back and check out the build for whatever reason, you can. Or as I was saying earlier, if you drop off, need to go, get hungry, get drunk, whatever, then you can come back and catch up if you want to see a particular area getting done. Like maybe final assembly or first startup or something like that. If you missed that, you can always come back and get it. Mike Holmes these days? Yeah, Mike Holmes these days, that's right. Holmes is Canadian, yes. Holmes fixes your house. Holmes on Holmes. Norma's superhuman and all-knowing, yep. His biscuit joiner is all-powerful. The only issue with VODs is sometimes sections of the autos are muted for song copyright issues. Yeah, have those been happening recently? I honestly, Joe, haven't checked. Oh, I already got a piece. Haven't checked since we've been doing the bluegrass. I don't know if the bluegrass labels are constantly trolling for copyright infringements or not. All right, these are A2. All right, all 6 of these are done. Three mirrored pairs. Those look about right. 10 miller, 15 millimeter nuts, T-nuts, 90-degree joint place. Cool. All right, so we've got the tape to hold them in. We've got some T-nuts on some. Those don't need tape. And we've got these aside. So there's some sub-assemblies done. Set those aside. Tempting me with all this talk of food and drink. I haven't checked VOD in a while, either have I. Photo taker. This is, yes, there we go. Everyone's on top of it. All right, so the next step are cast corner bracket assemblies B1. This is 8 cast corner brackets with nubs intact, so the ones we didn't sand. I don't know how many we have left. Seems like about 8. These cast aluminum things. Yep, there's 8 of those. Put that back aside. Go. Bring this one down to what we're working on. We need 16 8mm screws and 16 T-nuts, so more T-nuts. I think we'll need some for the next one, so we're just going to make a pile over here. The next one needs 8mm screws, needs 36 of them. So, we're just going to make a pile of these over here. This is probably all the 8mm screws. I haven't noticed that there have been any places where muted audio in the past couple of weeks. That's good, Clone. That's nice. I think maybe the techno people are trolling Twitch or searching Twitch a little bit more for people using their songs in the VODs. All right, so from the picture, the screws go on the inside and the T-nuts go on the outside. There we go. One. Or if I can hold these both in with one finger at the same time. Well, that's good. So hopefully the VODs won't have any muted sections. The video will always stay there, but sometimes there's audio reasons to not have VOD. They don't do anything about the live performance, but they don't like you replaying songs sometimes. Yeah. I mean, probably the first couple months, wasn't it, Joe? Some of these parts are a little too small for my sausage fingers. I gotta be a little more dexterous than usual. Don't really work with itty-bitty screws and nuts on woodworking projects. There we go. 4. This is like a Rector set. I love the Rector set. Rector set and Legos, man. Or for you Brits, Meccano and Lego with no S. I know it's Lego with Noah's over here too, but that's what we say. There we go.
Just a small town girl.
Video on demand. There we go. I practically live on Kirkstream, so yeah, Joe. I guess there's no reason for you to ever check out the VOD. You were there for the Sheelix install, and you're here for this. I mean, everything else you pretty much know how to do. Got to put more points in dexterity. Yeah, my healing skills are needing a little help too. Need more points in dexterity. I do need more points in dexterity. It's like I'm rolling with only half a 20 side. Yeah, I mean it's essentially a DVR. Everyone's broadcast who streams on Twitch is always saved. So you could go back and watch the last 60 days of partnered streamers, and they're always saved. To make them last forever, you have to do some little stuff on your side, which on the streamer side, which is me. Okay, so these are, getting them lined up so I can write on them. These are B1. I still have a little shutter writing on metal with a pencil. At my last day job, I made turbine parts, and the graphite and pencils would react with some of the more exotic coatings, and it would be bad news bears. You got really in trouble. There was not a single pencil in the entire shop. Graphite dud is best. Your source for erector sets for grown-ups? Pretty much. I mean, really sweet erector sets that can do some really sweet stuff. I mean, we're like Sandlot level here. Close, catapult. You got it. Throw it up. All right, so these are the brackets with the nubs sanded off. We've just doing the same thing. It's 2 8mm nuts and 2 T-nuts. I'm just, obviously just finger tight. They'll need to slide into the extrusion at some point. I might have to loosen them or tighten them further. Certainly you need to tighten them further. I might have to loosen them a little bit, but I just don't want them to fall off. So we're can't believe I cut my finger. Only on the moon. I don't think you need to worry about graphite and 6060 aluminum. No. Graphite and platinum aluminide Inconel? Yes. Graphite and RM 247? Yes. Graphite and 6060 aluminum? No. Only on the moon? What's that from, Wicked? I've done a Sheelix install, but I still hung out? Exactly. You did it in the planer, or did you do it in your joiner, Joe? Unobtainium. Yeah, nice. Some of the materials we worked with in the gas turbine world seemed like unobtainium. The cost of them. I made it up. Okay. What cover is next? I don't really get to listen to these except for on Sundays. Hey, Jeffrey, take it easy, man. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your night. Oh, that's right, you got that big Makita 15-incher, don't you? Hey, did you get your metal lathe up and running, Joe? I can feel my fingers getting more dexterous already as I drop a piece. All right, about halfway there. And we've got some double L bracket assemblies to make. I'm gonna have to scrounge for those parts. I don't have those laid out right at hand. I think they're up there.
Quickly he subdued, through constant pain, disgrace, the young man learns the young man struggles on and on he knows, vowing to his own, but never from this day.
Not yet. Day job runs, hobby time. More. Oh, man. Surely we'll gain enough XP from this build level up. You can't put the points in it then. Yeah, so at the end of it, when I need it, I'll have enough to get in for the next one. I guess that's some consolation there. Took only SLC a month to build my last order and send it to right. Hello, accounts overdrawn now. Nice. Nice. Net 30, baby. Screwing over people who work in the real world every day. All right. I do need to, as you said, square up the other end of that extrusion. Sorry, the other extrusion. There's only so much filing I can do in a row. We have a machine shop at the Institute that's currently not being used. I'll have to find my way in there. Yeah. The Institute. Of course you have a place that you work, Orbital, called the Institute. Okay. What's up, Orbital? How you doing today, man? To say we got some more mod backup for Joe, but I will help find its way out of the Institute. Are you going to go on Thursday night, Kirkwood? More than likely, yes, Jeffrey. I will probably be streaming every night this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think for sure for the CNC build, and if we're done tomorrow night, which would be fantastic, then Thursday will be us running it and actually cutting stuff on it. If not, then we'll finish it Thursday and we'll be running and cutting stuff on it Friday, etc., etc. And then hopefully, I'm hopefully done by Friday, since I'll be putting, a solid 9 to 12 hours on it in 4 days. That means on Saturday we can start working on that dining table, back to some furniture making, because I got about 3 weeks to build that table before the deadline hits. Oh, I picked out, look at that, the exact right amount of T-nuts. Way more screws than I need, but the exact right amount of T-nuts. I received 4 single L brackets instead of on 2 double L brackets as a head up. Oh, I appreciate that, Lord. I mean, it's not too big of a difference for me. You just, make double of them on the singles. We're all a bit spacey at the Institute. Yeah, we're gonna go. All the puns. One of the perks is to say you work at an institute. Yeah. One of the detriments is to say that you work at the Institute. Depends on how people take it. Make another dining table? Yes, I possibly have 4 dining table commissions this year, which is 4 more than I've ever had. It's pretty good. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. All right. Those are all done. Let's get them labeled. These are B2. I've noticed since I cut my finger off that I hold stuff with my middle finger a lot more now. Like you can see how I'm holding it like this with my hand up. I always find it odd. Like I look at it and go, why am I doing that? That finger is fully functional. But I don't hold stuff like this anymore. I hold it like this. I have since the very day. I guess a couple months and a bandage will do that. Okay. Those guys are all done. Let's move them to the side. Let's put these 8mm screws away. Looks like there's about a dozen left. Strandley, I cut a bit of it off, right? Sorry, I cut a bit of it off. Yes, the end part. Couple surgeries to fix it. It was this one, this index finger. But full range of motion. Feeling's a little not there, but Habit form. I was in the splint. I was actually never in a splint, but I was. It was just too hard for me to move. So yeah, I think so. Okay, so we need to find those L brackets, huh? That's a wheel bag. Those are those. Sorry, those are the ones I just had. Those are stops. Oh. Maybe those are them. Spacer, 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 screw, 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 spacer. I've got a few things I haven't unwrapped yet. I don't think they're in there. We'll see. I don't know if these are them. I don't think these are them. Those are looking for external. These are internals. Sorry, the other way around. Do I want to know? Do I want to ask how you cut the tip of your finger off? With a bandsaw. And not paying attention. Pay attention. Extra parts are proof you've made improvements. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell from the top, but you can kind of see if you look here, the scar. I got it cut. All right, those are bearing blocks. So I've got these 4 singles. Let me ask you, Lord Drakenblut, are these the angle brackets you're talking about? These guys here. I do not have silver aluminum angle brackets anywhere to be seen, unfortunately. I don't think I lost them. I very well could have. I think we'll just move on. How about we just move on? Ouch, yes. Okay, no, because here's the black corner assemblies. So those are next. All right, well, those are next. That makes sense. Okay. 4 black corners, 4 10mm screws, 4 8mm. Oh, I just put those away. Of course, probably should pay attention. No, the black ones are for the spindle mount. Yep, that's what we're working on now. 4 10s. I need to separate these because they're going to be roughly the same size, especially to my untrained metric eye. And then 4 T-nuts. I guess I need to tape those in too, so I'm going to cut off a couple pieces of tape. Take it easy, Jeffrey. See you tomorrow, man. All right, so the 8mm screws get the T-nuts. Okay. That was my exact question. It's around here somewhere. If we get to that point today, then we're going to have to find them. All right, so these are the 8mm. So 8mm get the T-nuts. Oh. Then we're going to have to tape in those 10s. These are harder to get my finger into. These are a little more encased. I'm short a couple slot washers and possibly 5 T-nuts and some bolts. Okay. I mean, it happens. All right, let's get some tape ready. It's going to be difficult to tape these in. What's the next step? Oh, it's actually attaching it to the spindle mount. Okay. I don't know if these are the XL plates or the spindle mounts. These are 3 XL plates. That's not them. So you tell a story about your finger. How big is the bear that you fought? Well, this is 2 XL plates. How big is the bear you fought? It was so big. They could also be in my box. I know I have a few things, so we'll need to check those. We might have to leave those to tomorrow night because I was not prepared to bring those out today. You won't be able to watch? All right, Jeffy, well, you can check out the VOD. All right, those are more XL plates. Okay. Those are XL plates. Those are smaller plates. All right, my spindle mount is inside. I know exactly where the spindle mount is. So we're just gonna leave this for now. This one, I think we'll just tape over the hole. We'll have 7 of those plates. Yeah, 3, 2, and 2. Got those. I am now remembering where my other things are, but I'm not going to delay the stream to go get them. But that is my fault. All right, so I'll put that 10 millimeter in there. Just tape over it for now. So the screw doesn't fall out. Is Open Builds going to carry 3D printer power supplies that cover? What's up, Casino? Tell her hello for me. Lieber151, welcome to the shop. Thank you so much for stopping by. That says 6 minutes ago. I apologize for missing that. Let me get some of this excess tape off, just so I can see this thing from the top too. Okay. All right, here we go. We're starting to do this. I know we're not going to do the spindle mount. I mean, we're not working on the Z-axis at all, so we're not going to use that for a while. So I can set those even further aside. Okay, so side frame assemblies. I need two 250s. I need two 250 those two 500 millimeter V slots. Let's measure these. I think these are the 500s. They are. These guys. Okay. Those are the same length. These are nice and the same length as well. I knew this song was going to stop on me. There we go. Ooh, Game Geek, you're making a 3D printer next? I do not have room for a 3D printer in my shop. I don't have it in my house either, so. All right, I need 4 A2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 8 B1s. That's all of the B1s. I need 4 B2s. There's 4 B2s. 4, 6, 8. 8 B1s. The 3 mil Allen wrench, which is this one, and a square, which I have. Okay. So we need to square up the end of that other extrusion. That looks pretty dang good, unless this is the one I already filed. That looks good. This must be the one I filed, because that one's good. Ah, this one needs some work. This isn't the one I filed. This one, good, 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 good. All right, so this one's good. This is the side that needs help. Yes, this is the side that needs help. This one is actually good. So on these, we had one side was good out of the jar. This one's good right out of the can. And I guess that will happen. Okay. So let's set it up. I already forgot which side it was. That one's fine. So it's this one. Killing me, clamp. There we go. Just sliding on my ratchet. That's fun. Okay. So this one needs material cut off from the side closest to me. So we'll start by removing material here. This one's actually quite a bit out of square. So we'll take the big file first. So I have a question about 3D printing. What kind of info do I need to print something? Like, can I draw something in AutoCAD and print it, or does it need to have a special software? You'll need to have a G-code sender. And a slicing program. I forgot about that. 3D sending is different. Download Cura. It's easy to use and learn. Alright, so we're good this direction, but we need help this direction. This side is low. So I'm going to try to keep my file flat going this way and just work this side more than this side. How we doing? More. Just trying to change up my angle a little bit. Make sure I'm coming from all directions. Ooh, close. We're getting there though. Okay. Getting better. We're still good there though. So we're filing good. Awesome, Lord Jack and Butt. Thanks for stopping by. Hey guys, Mark here from Open Build. It's good to see you build live. Thanks, Brady, for taking the time to make this happen. You rock, brother. Thanks. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by and making an account and chatting. Appreciate it. Yeah, Mark and Andre are here. I'm going to crash. Dose of painkillers is starting to kick out. My phone's smashing into my face and waking me up. No problem, Jack and Blood. Take it easy. Be well. This is where the moving in an X pattern helps a lot. Yeah. I was doing that the other day on the tabletop build. I don't know if you noticed it. Hey, look, it's Brett. Hey, Brett. How you doing today? Welcome to the shop. Thanks for the follow. All right, I think we're probably getting close to using the small file. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Now we're just going to clean it up with a focus on this side because we're pretty close. Yeesh. Yeesh with the noise already. Killing me. Killing me with that noise. We're super excited to get here and follow. Right on, Cram. Appreciate it. Which is marked backwards. I'm getting that now. Misposted table build. Been busy. Yeah. Look, it's Brett. Can I get some info on this build? Yes, this is the CNC XLarge from Open Builds. I think we got it, team. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. All right. This is the the C-Beam, which is the name for this product here, sold by Open Builds. It's a C-channel V-slot extrusion. Fits all their same V-slot apparatus and fittings, but it's in a more rigid C-channel, and you see a lot of C-channel in, the world for its stability, rigidity, things like that. So we are doing the first assembly. We've done some sub-assembly work, we've done some cleanup work, and we've done some tapping. I'm going to take that file, and maybe what cut me last time was a few sharp edges here. So we're going to do a quick chamfer here, just to save me a little bit more blood. All right, there's that one. Again with the squeaky shoes. Just like using a block plane. Do this all day. There we go. Just like using a block plane, except for more squeaky. All right, we've got all of our parts. Let's get the camera set up here for you guys. We've got our instructions on all our parts. We've got these. We've got these. We have our A2s, our B1s, and our B2s. So, slide in 2 B1 assemblies into the 2 upper slots of the 500 mil 20x60s. The 2 upper, we're calling them the upper slots, so I think just the close slots, and we're sliding in B1 assemblies. These are the ones with nubs. And the 2 upper slots here. I put it in the wrong direction. A little bit of bluegrass take on me. Okay. There's that. We want our wrench and our square, which we were just using. I put right here. Let's get that out of the way. So we got that. Oh, I have a smaller ruler. I don't need to use that meter ruler. We got that one. There we go. This is the one I wanted. Alright, so this is supposed to be 100 millimeters back. So I'm putting 100 right there. I'm bringing this. I'm assuming they're talking about, yes, the face. The face of it is 100 millimeters back. So I'm putting that there. I'm going to give it a quick tighten. And then we'll just use it to locate numero dos. Square it up, that didn't tighten all the way. Check our measurement again, double check. Ooh, we moved them in a little bit, 3 mils. Don't tighten the T-nuts in the slot. You just need them to stop them from slopping about. Well, I need to tighten them a little bit more then. Just a little bit more. So I can't knock them and move them. Alright. There's that. Just need something from slopping about. Square them up and locate them centrally in the slot. Probably about as centrally as I'll get. I think we'll get that in line with us later. Slide 2 B2s. There's our B2s. How much blood we need anyway? I know, I got so much of it. Don't want to keep cutting yourself? Yeah. Constantine, hey, what's up, man? Man, it's been a long time. World domination and custom inlays to start with? Yes, world domination and custom inlays is exactly right. All right, I need to loosen this one up a little bit. All right, so 2 of these come into the middle slot. They're the ones with the filed down nubs. Need to loosen that a little bit more. There we go. 1. 2. All right, and these need to be, I might need that other rule. This one doesn't go to the end. Who designs a rule? This is one thing that disappoints me about cheap tools. I got this Empire rule, and nothing goes to the end. It stops there, like an inch from the end. Stops here, like a quarter inch from the end. So I can't do what they're saying to do, which is just butt this up, like this. And then they want the centers being at 30 mils, which is right there, and 50 mils, which is right there. I'm hitting a nub, that's what I'm hitting. Okay. So, alright, that one's at 30. I'm going to snug it a bit. Okay. And that one's at 50. I'm going to snug it a bit.
I can't remember anything.
Trying to keep them as square as I can. Not really in line with each other, so that'll be interesting to slide the slot down into. And then we take two more B1s, which we have here, and they slide in this direction.
Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see.
Let's take a grinder to it. How about we file it with a file and then cut our finger? We can do that. My dexterity is failing me once again. I've done this 6 times already. Alright, there we go. And they say these ones just flush up with the end. Snuggish. Located centrally in the slot.
Back in the womb, it's much too real.
All right, tighten these two as they'll be what the others are. Oh, so these ones can be tightened. Okay, all right.
Can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I'll live.
I don't get any torque settings. What are my torque settings on these things? There we go. All right. Oh, this one didn't tighten up. That's fine. All right, so lay it on its side on a flat surface and slide a 250 mil length C-beam into the joint like in the picture. Some wiggling and loosening of T-nuts might be needed. Getting all the T-nuts pointing in the same direction is the hardest part. I would probably assume that you're correct about that. All right, so this goes like this. Then we're going to lay on its side. I need to tighten this one at least a little bit more. It's all over the place. What the heck happened? Okay. It says to lay it flat. I feel like I would have absolutely no ability to hold these T-nuts in the right direction if they were flat. But I think we might try like this. They're going to prove me wrong, aren't they? Oh, this one's too far forward. All of them are vertical. This one needs to be loosened. Oh, I'm running into a situation with this T-handle Allen head. Alright, what am I sitting on here? And I need a different Allen head. Thought I was going to be fine with just those. I was wrong. So we're just bringing over every Allen I own until we find the right size one. Hey, what's up, Multi? Yeah, 80/20 is the pants on. What's up, Iggy? Thanks for the host, Multi, and thanks for the host, Iggy. I appreciate it. How y'all doing today? All right, those are good to go. This one's not, and these guys aren't. I think I'm there. They're all in their slots. I'm going to give us a little more. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Yep, there it was. It was the last one I got to. Finally. All right, so that slid right down in. All right. So let's do ourselves a favor and find an appropriately sized Allen. Hey, look at that. First shot. 3 mils. Okay. Push down on a flat surface and loosely joined 60/20 V-slot and C-beam, then tighten the connectors, checking that the joint is nice and square with connectors centered in their slots. If you did a good job squaring up the C-beam where there's no gaps where it should... Okay, so they want it to be flat now that we got it in. Going to push them together and down. And then we start snugging things together here. I can do that. And that one's tight already. Okay. This being on a flat surface limits my range of motion, but I see what they're doing. They're trying to get it nice and faces reference to each other as much as they can. Okay. This one I can get with this guy, which is just easier for me. So we're gonna. Are you doing the Iggy? You doing a round one too? A round carbide tool? So I saw the first one you had a square cutter head, more of a scraper style. Are you doing a circle one for radii? It's not a Woodworking project until there's a little bit of blood on the pieces. I think we're good. I need to move my instructions just a bit. Those are already tight. Tighten these ends down. There we go. All right. So we've got a nice flush joint here. If I take my square, I've built Knox before if you need some help. Nips, I appreciate that. Yes, I am sure I will need some help at some point. Can't get in there because those are in the way. But I guess I could take this out and use just that little reference face. We're looking pretty square, I must say. Pretty square. We're looking nice and flush. I think that's a success. I think that's one done. All right. So how many projects do you have to wrap up by the March, Multi? Yeah, probably a bunch. Props on the builds go out to Moog for the design and the great detailed manual. He's the guy behind the awesome build. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks, Moogs, if you're watching. All right. Oh, we're not done with this piece yet. I know we're going to have to make another one. Assuming we're making 2 of these. Okay, so slide a plate into the side slots front and back and snug up the T-nuts level and square to the ends of the top of the V. Okay. Alright, so you want one of these, which is the A2s. I am on my side this direction now. And I am sliding this. Okay, I see. Level and square to the ends and top. Okay. So this guy is going to slide in 1, 2, 3, like this. So we want to flush it up. I'm going to snug these real quick. I'm going to flush it up to the top and the end of this V slot. Okay. So I need to come this way. I did bring a soft-headed mallet persuader. Okay, so I just need to do some little taps. I find that's much more accurate than trying to move something where I want it to go. Just with my hand. Okay. Okay. That's looking good. We're a little low there now. I overshot it. I can tell on this side. There we go. That's nice and square. To the end of my V slot. Alright, I'm going to make a note on this. I think it might be useful just to say that this is subassembly A2. Even though there's only ones using this subassembly, I still think it's useful. Alright, so now we need to add one to this side. I was watching tutorials, you'd be proud. My train ride will be lots of learning tutorials. Yeah. I am not a whiz at 3D design. I can design woodworking stuff in 3D. And I've done some Pro-E stuff back in old day job. But I was never on the level of an actual draftsman or designer. Those guys know their stuff. Guys and gals. You haven't designed until you've designed a double contour reaction impulse turbine blade from scratch on the computer. With a slight tap here. That was more than a slight tap. Alright, feeling with my fingers. Feeling nice and flush. Right there. And there. It's amazing how accurate you can be with a finger feel. You can feel things uneven really quite down close. If you really need to get something flushed up, use a razor blade with a nice point on it. Alright, there's one. Picture has them standing like this somehow by magic because it's a 3D model. So we need to do the other one. Okay. So that one's done. I'm going to set that just off to the side. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. Either 4 of these, either 2 of these, and either 2 of these. And we're going to do the same thing. So, back one page in instructions, but we need to make this a mirror. So, with me, it was on the left facing me. So if I do it on the left facing away from me, yes, on the left facing away from me, that should work. All right, so middle slot, that one's got all of the things. Oh, still too tight.
Ignition sequence start.
1,
6, 5, 4.
and then the far one. Darkin, I'm gonna grab dinner. Good luck on the bed. I'll catch up later. Right on, Darkin. Take it easy. Oh, I did those backwards again. Okay, I need my square and my ruler.
Liftoff. We have liftoff.
I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space. Such a timeless flight. I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Snug this one up.
Down brings me round again
Snug
to
this
the
one up.
light. I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man.
Okay. So now we need the last two with them grinded off, facing away from me. In the middle slot. I need to start making sure this is actually going to give my opposite, my mirror build that I want. Okay, let's see. Yes, that is going to give me my mirror build. Good. Okay, these go at 30 and 50 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's not gonna help. I might have to just eyeball these guys. All right, 30 and 50. My centimeters is on the opposite side of my rule, so I'm viewing across the rule here. I'll leave these relatively loose. All right, my last B1s. Where does multi-extruder go on a vacation there? All right, these need to be flushed up. Uh-oh. This screw is either got some oxide or something in it. Can I scrape that out? Can I punch that out? I don't think I can. I need to replace this screw. This is an 8 mil. I can't get a head into that one. It's okay. We will move on. This one has a head. I need to make note, I'm down 1 8 millimeter. I'm pretty sure I have quite a few backup 8 millimeters upstairs. Okay. I hate it when screws, in my package of screws or whatever especially with the Phillips ones I like to buy the painted outdoor ones if it's going to get even remotely wet where I'm using them, so they don't stain the wood. And I hate it when they've got like a little extra paint or finish or whatever oxide inside of the Phillips thing, and it makes me strip them. I hate it. 18 hours on a train. All right, where's my other 250? Okay, so I'm going to set all of these vertical. Oh, this one's way too far in. That's not going to work. Okay. I think I might need to loosen these just a little bit. All still vertical. I'm going to turn it the same way I did it last time. Maybe I'll keep it this way. Oh. Alright, got eyes on this? Mildly.
so far. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. I kept everything aside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far.
Did this one hold me up? Ooh, this one? There we go. All right. So that's in. So I'm going to turn this on its side flat again. This time I'm going to snug up these outside ones first, because these are my reference ones. Okay. Tighten these up. I might need to give this a bit of a persuasion. What controller did you go with? I went with Planet CNC. Their Mark III or the MK3/4. And the Open Build's 24-volt DC power supply. I can show you it in just a second if you'd like. Alright, this did not flush up as good as the other one, so I think I'm going to loosen a few things. Anyway, these guys. I'll give this a bit of help. There we go. That's better. I think these kind of pulled it away from where it wanted to be. So we'll loosen up the verticals and tighten the horizontals and then retighten the horizontals. Right after this assembly, I can show you what we're looking for. Nips. I was going to suggest setting yourself with an upgraded machine. Up for an upgraded machine. I mean, it's potentially somewhere I'd like to go. You know, maybe bigger cutting size or something like that. But these have the heavy-duty motors, and if the controllers can control those, then I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know how much bigger of a stepper I would do. Okay, that's nice and flush. These are still flush. Cool. All right, so on this side, we need these guys. This one comes in from this direction. Yeah, I've already got the controller. Out of curiosity, where would the upgrade path be, Nips? I am not terribly familiar with, especially the electronic side of things. That's nice and flush. Up a little bit over there. I appreciate that, Andre. Yes. I don't expect to get to any of the electronic stuff until I've... What was underwhelming about it there, Nips? Was it size? Was it cutting capacity? Was it... speed of cuts? What was, you know, I'm interested to know this. I don't have a huge use case, like in terms of size for a CNC, so I'm going to be pretty happy with this size. Maybe a little bit more in the X or the Y direction, eventually. But this is big enough to handle all the products I make today. It's just kind of the future use. Why you no go sideways? Come on. There we go. Dang fingers. Okay, we'll get this close, snug it up. Got a Kira bookmark for now. Oh yeah. Speed. Oh, okay. The PDMX is popular. I have the Gecko 540 with an Ethernet smooth stepper. When do you think you'll work on electronics? Planet CNC. I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna be going. We're probably gonna be going. Actually, I think this might be where we stop the sub-assembly because it's almost already 9. So it's gonna look like it's gonna be Thursday or Friday, Andre. So if that's what you want to hang out for, that can be it. If you check out my Twitter, or I'm sure Open Build's Twitter, there'll be updates of what we're working on in any given day. At this point, I can tell you what we'll be doing tomorrow. All right. There's that. Cool. All right. Love tech streams so much. My favorite thing, and woodworking is my second favorite thing. Well, I'm your streamer then. I have the G40 and need the Ethernet smooth stepper. Nip says get the smooth stepper. I just have a Mach 4 tool with change locations and touch probe. It's perfect for me now. Nice. What is your use? What is your product there? All right. Well, there we go. First two sub-assemblies done. Let's see if I can set it up like they do in the picture. No. Computers disobey gravity. That's done. Done, done, done. Okay. So the next step is front and back frame assemblies, but I think that is where we're going to call it today. We got through the first assembly and a bunch of sub-assemblies. We did kind of the introduction part of the build. So I think next time, tomorrow at 6:30, we're going to just dive right in. We're going to work on front and back assemblies and then joining the frame base. And at that point, then we are going to have kind of our frame base built. We're going to be at this step probably pretty quick tomorrow. And then we're going to go start working on gantry. So it looks like you start dropping in the gantry. Basic structure complete. And then we work on Y-axis tables. So what I'm going to do for tomorrow is I'm going to off-stream cut the MDF because I need to clear off the table, cut the MDF, and then put it back on. So I won't do that on stream. That's just going to be a lot of me moving junk around. And I will probably tap the holes. But other than that, I think we're good to go. So that's our stream for today. The music cut off at the right time. Hey, Mark, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the shop. If you have ATC, then you have to code your own routines. Guitars for now, right on. All right. You are my torturer doing this while I go on vacation. Well, I do it all the time, Multi. So we're done for the day. We got two sub-assemblies done. We got, the two side frames, a bunch of sub-assemblies. I need to go get my spindle holder. I forgot about that. And I think I'll probably need to get at least a few 8mm screws to make up for that one. A little manufacturer defect. That sucks. But I think we're done. Oh, I wanted to show you what controller I had. I'm sorry. So here's the bench. I kept the styrofoam on it so I could protect it a little bit. But here it is. Got the power supply. I've got the controller. Then I've got the 3 drivers here on this nice plexi thing. Thank you, Open Builds. Some protectors over this. That's nice. So this is the MK3-4, and then these are the drivers. They are HX1s. Thanks, Mary. I appreciate it. Are links permitted? Nips, you will not be allowed to send a link. If you /whisper people, you can send a link to anyone with a little hand play next to their name or myself, and I will be able to post a link for you. I'm assuming it's some sort of smooth stepper or whatever, but you will be not allowed to post links. Sorry. Got to keep some of the trolls out. Whisper Joe. If you /W space Joe Jaxo with the link, he'll be able to post it. So. Valentin Vasquez. Today we are working on a CNC. I don't have a trigger title, but I have trigger CNC. It's my YouTube. I'll Whisper Joe. Okay. There you go. So, yes, please, everybody. I hope I can see you tomorrow. This was awesome today. I'm still so excited. If you need to look at anything in the past, all of the stuff that we're going to be doing on stream will be saved at that location that I just linked in the chat. It is my video on demand, my VOD area. You can go back and watch everything. Should have full audio, or hopefully full audio and video. We will be going in tomorrow at 6:30. So, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Mary and Mark and Andre for being here. I know, Andre, it's probably pretty late for you, man. So, I appreciate you being here, but Thursday or Friday, and I'll keep you updated. What other projects you may just followed? Oh, Valentin Vasquez, thank you so much for the follow. I am a woodworker, and I'm a furniture maker. So I make furniture, cabinetry, different pieces of woodworking, stuff like that. So right now we're working on a dining table and a jewelry chest. I've made multiple dining tables and cabinets and toy chests and hope chests and bookshelves and all sorts of stuff. I like solid wood furniture. So it's almost 5 in the morning here. Yeah, Andre, we'll get you set up. We'll get you set up with the right time so you don't have to be up again. I do some lathe work. I'll be doing more soon. I'll be doing more very soon. And I do also do traditional handworking. So hand tool woodworking on Sundays. So I hope you can stop back by. But this week we're making a CNC. So I appreciate everyone being here, and I think we're going to call it for now. So you all have a fantastic night. Be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Mark. Bye-bye. I'm going to wave here. Bye-bye.